a good evening, everybody, and we welcome you live to the TV pregame show tonight. As tonight will be a very interesting evening. We are looking at the calendar. It will be June 22nd, which was yesterday, 1978. The New York Yankees coming off of three games, losing a three-game series against the Red Sox. And now they begin a four-game series with the Detroit Tigers. This is going to be the pregame show to set up tonight's matchup. So let's go ahead and look at them. Assuming the Yankees probably won, they did by a score of 4-2. This was Ron Guidry winning start number 12 in a row. And let's look at the game. 33,000 or so are going to be packed in the stadium. It's a 2.5-hour real game. Tigers came out quick, scored a run. Yankees came back and saved Guidry's butt by scoring 4 in the ninth to pull out a victory. How about that? Home run Reggie. Rozema lasted until the ninth inning, until Reggie went deep and saved Guidry that night. How about that? One were on. No one actually was a solo home run. So Guidry with a huge home run that night. So let's go over the lineups for tonight's game, then we'll get you to the action. So let's look at it. For the New York Yankees tonight, Roy White will be in left, Willie Randolph at second, Thurman Munson behind the plate, Reggie Jackson in right, Chris Chambliss at first, Greg Nettles at third, Gary Thompson in center, Jay Johnstone again gets to start at DH, Fred Stanley's at short, and Ron Guidry is on the mound. For the Tigers, Ron LaFleur will be leading off in center, Steve Kemp in left, Rusty Staubs at DH, Jason Thompson at first, Aurelio Rodriguez at third, Mickey Stanley in right, Lance Parrish behind the plate, Alan Trammell at short, Lou Whitaker at second, and on the mound is Dave Rozema. Let's give you our umpires. Jim McKean behind the plate, Greg Kosk at first, Jerry Neudecker at second, and George Maloney at third base. So far, we do have a dry conditions tonight. Temperatures not given, and this was a night game with no precipitation. So welcome you to on the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. And we welcome you to tonight's game between the New York Yankees and the Detroit Tigers. As we get going to the ball game here, Roy White will lead off for the Yanks. Dave Rozema on the mound. He's 2-2, 67 innings, 54 hits allowed. He had a great start in the beginning of the season. 20 walks, 12 strikeouts, giving up 3 home runs. For Roy White, he hit three home runs in the Red Sox series. So he has 9 home runs, 25 RBIs. He's hitting .239. Yankees are without Rivers. They're without Dent. I believe they are both on the disabled list. The Yankee bench consists of Piniella, Johnson, Spencer, Blair, and Doyle. And let's do it. And let's play baseball here on the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. So Dave Rozema, the righty, looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Roy White. And that's going to be a ground ball hit to second. That's going to be hit at Lou Whitaker. Lou Whitaker gets it, gobbles it up, throws to first, and the first out is... Oh, Roy White gets on. How about that? So that's an error on Whitaker, and White reaches. So not the start they wanted, and here's Willie Randolph hitting .261, 2 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Rozema from the stretch. Runner on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Willie. 6-3, and that is going to be a ballpark single, and that's a 1. That's a single for Willie. So Willie Randolph with a base hit. Roy White stops at second, and the Yankees have an early rally going. And now here's Thurman Munson hitting .296. 6 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Yankees trying to get a start here on the Tigers. Parrish puts down the sign. Rozema from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Munson. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Rozema's going to get it. He's going to turn around, throws it to Trammell. Back to first, not in time. So White will go to third. Munson beats the relay. So fielder's choice 4-6. First and third, one out. And here is Mr. October, hitting 307, 19 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Parrish puts down the sign. Rozema from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Reggie. 4-10. Ground ball hit the short up the middle. That's hit at Tremmel. Let's see what he can do with it. It's up the middle. Can he get it? And that's going to be, gets the runner. And oh, they held the runner. How about that? Let's see what happened. Okay, looks like it was a rare play, and it kept the runner, I guess, on board at third. So it bounced off Rozema's foot, off the Tremmel, goes to first, got him in time. 2 outs, Munson the second, and White held. Holy cow, that was a bad move by contact by White. Second and third, 2 outs. And here's Chambliss, 281, 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Rozema from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 5-5. Ground ball to second. Whitaker's got it. Throws them out, and the Yankees do not score. No runs, 1 hit, an error. 2 men left. 1/2 inning. New York, nothing. Here come the Tigers. Bottom of the second here at Tiger Stadium. Let's look at records here tonight, folks. The Yankees coming at 36-30, 10 games in back of the Red Sox. Tigers at 500, 32-32. Here is Ron LaFleur hitting .277, 2 home runs, 36 RBIs. Has stolen 27 bases. On the mound for the Yankees, Ron Guidry. 8-3, 1.99 ERA, 91 hits over 117 innings, 38 walks over 110 strikeouts, giving up 5 home runs. No decision in the last start when Gary Thomason bailed him out with a bottom of the ninth home run against the Angels. So LaFleur bats. Guidry looks in, and the pitch to LaFleur. And that's going to be a strikeout. Slider away. LaFleur swung on and missed one away. Here's Steve Kemp hitting .266, 6 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Kemp, a left-handed hitter, lefty from Guidry. From the windup, here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball hit the second. We know the problems Willie Randolph has had with the hiccups. To the right is Willie, throws them out for out number 2. And here is the Grand Mirage. Rusty Staub having some season, hitting .324, 13 home runs and 45 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter Staub. Guidry to lefty, and here's the pitch. 1-7. That's going to be a line drive base hit for Staub. First base of the ball game is going to go to the wall. Staub will go to second. Holds right there with a double. A 2-out double for Staub. And now here is Jason Thompson. .326, 20 home runs, 49 runs batting in. Again, having an excellent season. Left-handed hitting Thompson. Guidry from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 1-3, ground ball to first. Chambliss is going to get it. Takes it to the bag himself, and the first inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We played 1 inning here in Detroit. Yankees nothing, and the Detroit Tigers nothing. This is last night's game, June 22nd, and 1978. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to watch a show tonight, please go ahead. Don't leave me now. I believe it is an 8 o'clock Eastern program tonight. Box scores from the basement with Mark Unger and friends. They are going to be doing a very special interview tonight with the one and only Tim Kirchin. So please stop by. Talking about getting a guest. That's an absolute home run. So Nettles will swing, followed by Thompson and Johnston. Hate to be the guest next week to follow Tim Kirchin. Parrish puts down the sign. Rozema with the windup. Here is the pitch to Nettles. 4-9, line drive, first base, got him. So first baseman Jason Thompson stepped right in front. Nice play there, 1 away. And here is Gary Thomason. Thomason hitting .256, 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. Rozema with the windup and the pitch. 6-9, ground ball hit to the middle of the shortstop. That's going to be Alan Tremmel. He's going to get to it. He fields it, throws to first, and got him. 2 outs. Here is Jay Johnstone, 0 for 3 so far on the young season since he came over. Getting another start tonight, designated hitter. Rosenthal with the windup and the pitch to Johnstone. 1-3, and that could be a ballpark single attempt. No, it's denied. Johnstone denied. Great play, Lou Whitaker, and the Yankees go down in order. We go to the bottom of the second. Yankees nothing, Tigers nothing. Aurelio Rodriguez, followed by Mickey Stanley and Lance Parrish, guys who want left-handed pitching. This could be interesting. So Rodriguez will swing here. Ron Guidry looks in, and the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball hit into left field. It's going to be toward the left-hand line. Roy White is going to come over and make the catch for the first out here in the second. Here's Mickey Stanley hitting .283, 1 home run, and 8 runs batted in. He's a lifetime Detroit Tiger, right-handed hitter. Guidry with the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball hit toward second again. Hit toward Willie. Willie's got it to his right. Fields it. Throws to first. Got him for out number 2. So now here is Lance Parrish hitting .248, 8 home runs, 18 runs batted in. The next 3 Tigers have a very good chance of being the core of these Tigers. They are young. They have very impressive resumes and could be a part of this Tiger team for a long time. Munson puts down the sign. Ron Guidry looks in. The windup and the pitch. And struck him out. Big strikeout for Guidry. Gets the slider away. Parrish down on strike. 3 up, 3 down. Go to Tigers. Let's go to the third. Yankees nothing and the Detroit Tigers nothing. As we go to the top of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th inning, top of the 3rd inning, no score. Yankees 0-1-0, Tigers 0-1-1. Here's the chicken. Fred Stanley hitting .259, 4 ribbies. Dent on the DL along with Rivers. Parrish puts down the sign. Rozema with the windup and pitch to Stanley. And that's a base hit for the chicken. So Fred Stanley a base hit to left field. He'll go on the first. And it brings up Roy White. So White comes in, switch hitting, batting from the left-hand side. All 3 of his home runs were batting lefty at Fenway. Parrish puts down the sign. Rozema from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Stanley. And that's going to be a possible ballpark single attempt for Stanley. And no, it's denied again. Great defensive play by Whitaker. Stanley has to hold. Here's Randolph. He comes in. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. You can tell Willie's starting to getting in good hitting space right now. Parrish puts down the target. Dave Rozema from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Pitch to Willie. 4-10. Ground ball hit to shortstop. This could be a tough play. Hit toward Trammell to his left. Does he turn 2? And no, it's a base hit. He knocked the ball down, and Randolph beat the throw, so it's an infield hit for Willie, and the Yankees got 2 on and 1 out. So here is Munson. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Yankees again have some base runners in the first inning. They're trying again here. Rozema from the stretch. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch to Thurman. 1-8. Oh, that's going to be a hit hard to ground ball to third. That could be worst enemy. Rodriguez to Whitaker to the first baseman. Gets him. Thompson for the double play. 5-4-3 inning crushing ending double play. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Yankees nothing. Tigers nothing. Bottom of the 3rd here at Tiger Stadium on the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. 0-3-0 for the Yankees, 0-1-1 for the Tigers. Allen, Trammell, followed by Whitaker and LaFleur. Again, we said this before about Parrish, one of the core 3 on this Tiger team. That should be around for a long time. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry with the windup. Here's the pitch to Trammell. And that's a strikeout. Slider away. Another strikeout for Guidry. 1 away. Now here's the left-handed hitter, Lou Whitaker. Hitting .264. 1 home run, 17 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter. Guidry looks in, gets the sign, and the windup from Guidry. And that's going to be a looper. That could be a base hit for Whitaker. He hit it off the end of the bat. No, it's going to be caught. Nicely done. Nice play by Willie on the little looping liner. 2 outs in the third. Here's LaFleur. He's 0 for 1. Again, he comes in, good reputation, hitting left-handed pitching. If he gets on base, he possibly can run. Guidry looks in, signed by Munson. Here's the overhead, wind up, and deals. And struck him out. Big strikeout for Guidry. Struck him out swinging. We go to the fourth. 3 up, 3 down, go to Tigers. Yankees nothing, and the Detroit Tigers nothing. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Gonna take this station identification timeout for 1 moment. Again, folks, just want to keep making an announcement for Mr. Unger tonight on the channel, on box scores from the basement. You'll find a great one, folks. It is going to be. They have a great show as it is. Mark is doing a fantastic documentary, or planning on one, and he had as on his guest tonight the world famous Tim Kirchin. So watch them on YouTube tonight. It should be after 6 o'clock on my time, or 8 o'clock Eastern. Get your tickets. That is going to be a packed chat room, I bet. Top of the fourth, no score. 0-3-0 for the Yanks. 0-1-1 for the Tigers. Jackson the bat, followed by Chambliss and Nettles. Jackson 0 for 1. Parrish puts down the target. Dave Rozema with the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a line drive hit to a shortstop right at Tremmel, out number 1. Reggie hit it hard. This is playing like real life here, real world. Neither team really able to get started. Here's Chambliss. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed hitter. Rozema with the windup and pitch to Chambliss. And that's going to be a base hit to right field for Chambliss. He needed that one. Big hit for Chris, right field. He's on at first and 1 out, and here is Nettles, who's 0 for 1. Hitting .273, where he's going to want to be at. So he's hitting where the Yankees think he'll be at the end of the year. Parrish puts down the sign. Rozema from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Rozema to Nettles. 2-3. That could again be a ballpark single attempt. It's going to go through for a base hit. It just gets off the web. Just gets off the glove of Whitaker in the center field. Chambliss will stop at second. Yankees have first and second, 1 out. And it brings up to center fielder Gary Thomason. He's 0 for 1. Yankees again getting a little extra men on base, trying to get one across. Parrish puts down the target. Rozema from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Gary Thomason. Thomason, ground ball hit to third. It's not hit hard. So he hits it out of Aurelio Rodriguez. He gets it. Goes to second. Nettles comes in hard. Thompson will beat the relay. And now Whitaker and Nettles get in a little beef. Chambliss is on at third. First and third, 2 outs. Hard slide by Nettles will prevent the double play. And now it comes down to Jay Johnstone once again. First and third, 2 outs. Thomason working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Johnstone. 4-8 line drive hit to the shortstop, and the Yankees will strand 2 more. Tremmel with the play. Bottom of the fourth coming up. It is no score here in Detroit. Well, Yankees having their chances. Left on base, Yankees 5, Tigers 1. Bottom of the fourth, it will be Kemp, Staub, and Thompson. After the 5th inning, we'll say thank you very much to our subscribers who are here tonight. Say hi to them in the chat and everything else, though. So hope you enjoy the television atmosphere call the game tonight. But we'll be back in and saying something a little bit later on. Munson puts down the sign. Ron Guidry looks in, and the pitch to Kemp. Kemp to swing, and the pitch. 4-6 is a walk, and Guidry can't believe it. He wants where that one was. No ABS here. So Kemp will take first base. And now here is Staub. Doubled his last time up. Oh, and he caught him on a hit and run. Kemp is caught in between. And he is thrown out by a mile. Holy cow, Steve Kemp thrown out. Oh my goodness. Rusty Staub went for a hit and run, missed the hit and run, and that caught him running without a net, as they say. So he's thrown out one away. And now Staub is up with nobody on. So a missed hit and run by Staub. Lefty matchup from Guidry. Here's the pitch. 3-9 fly ball hit into right field. This should be Jackson. Comes in, makes the catch, and there is 2 outs here in the 4th. And now here's Jason Thompson. He's 0 for 1. Guidry at the windup and overhead windup and pitch. 6-7 is a fly ball hit in the center field. That's going to be Gary Thomason. He'll come in under it, makes the catch, and the side's retired. Tigers go 1, 2, 3. We go to the 5th. Yankees nothing, and the Detroit Tigers nothing. We head to the top of the 5th inning here at Tigers Stadium. So now Fred Stanley, who had a base hit his last time up, followed by White and Randolph. Rozema pitches the 5th. Rozema with the windup and pitch to Stanley. 5-6. That could be a base hit. Let's see if it gets through the infield. And that's going to be a base hit just off the glove. 2 hits for Fred Stanley. Whitaker unable to come up with it. So Stanley's on base hit number 6. And now here's White. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Rozema from the stretch. Stanley not going anywhere. There, Thompson is playing off him so he can play off the bag. Rozema from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a pop straight up. Oh, he majorly popped that one up. Whitaker waits, calls off. Thompson makes the catch, and Stanley holds one away. Here's Randolph. He has 2 hits in the ball game. Right-handed hitter. Rozema from the stretch. Stanley to get a lead. Thompson still playing off him. Here's a pitch from Rozema. 1-7. He had a hard line drive to short. Oh, no. Shortstop Tremmel flips it to Whitaker. Over to Thompson. Gets the double play. Inning-ending, crushing double play. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in Tiger Stadium. Yankees nothing. Tigers nothing. So Rodriguez, Stanley, and Parrish for the Tigers. Guidry in his 5th inning of work comes on out looking superlative so far. Here's the pitch to Aurelio Rodriguez. And that's a strikeout for Guidry. Threw it right by him, one away. So far for Guidry, that was strikeout number 5. Here is Mickey Stanley. He's 0 for 1, the big veteran for this Tiger team. Guidry with the windup and pitch to Stanley. That's going to be a possible single, and that's going to go through for a base hit for the veteran Stanley. So base hit number 2 for the Tigers. So now with 1 out, runner on, here's Parrish. He's 0 for 1. Guidry now needs to induce a double play of his own. Munson sets the target. Guidry from the stretch. Looks in. The pitch to Lance Parrish. 3-8, and he did. Ground ball hit the short. He hit it at Fred Stanley. Stanley to Randolph. The Chambliss turns the double play. That does it. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left after the double play. We played 5. Yankees nothing. Detroit Tigers nothing. As we go to the top of the 6th inning here at the stadium. Detroit Tigers nothing. Ben Witz, how you doing? Welcome in. How you doing, my friend? So top of the 6th inning, which was other people watching, but I guess it looks like it's a quiet night for baseball for me tonight, but we'll continue rocking and rolling here. I guess Ben is the only one here I got. 1 watching and 1 in there, so all right, great game we have here. Yankees nothing, Tigers nothing. 0-6-0 for the Yankees, 0-2-1 for the Tigers. Thurman, Munson the bat, followed by Jackson and Chambliss. Top of the 6th, Rozema looking good as usual, just like he did in real world. Rozema the windup and pitch to Munson. 2-6, base hit. Munson drives it through the middle for a base hit. So LaFleur picks it up. Munson on at first. And now here's Reggie, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Reggie, number 44, wearing the gray shirt, gray pants, steps up to the plate. Number 44, Parrish puts down the sign. Rosema from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 4-5, pops it straight up. Jackson throws the bat, probably broke. That's going to be Rodriguez. Makes the catch, and there's one away. Here's Chambliss. He's 1 for 2. Chambliss 1 for 2 in the ball game. Rosema working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. That's going to be a base hit for Chambliss. He hit it real hard in the gap. Big base hit for Chambliss. Here goes Munson. He'll go to third. Yankees got runners at the corners again with one man out. And now here is Nettles. Big opportunity for the Yanks now. Can they get a run without hitting to another double play? 1 out in the 6th. Parrish puts down the target. Rosema from the stretch. 1st and 3rd, 1 out pitch to Nettles. And that's going to be a lot. Oh my goodness. 6, 7. That is going to be a liner for a base hit for Nettles. No! Jason Thompson with an absolute barn burner play. Oh, doctor, you'll see that on This Week in Baseball or Sports Center. They had Sports Center in 1978. Dun, 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 dun. Plays of the night. Play of the day. Oh, Jason Thompson came up with a beauty. 1st and 3rd, 2 out, probably saved a run. And here is Gary Thomason now. Yankees need another 2 out base hit. Parrish puts down the sign. Rosema from the stretch. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs, and the pitch. 1-5, base hit for Thompson. Now get the run in. That will get the run in. So an RBI, Gary Thomason. Munson scores. Chambliss all the way to 3rd. And the Yankees finally lead this one by a run, 1-0. Now here's Jay Johnstone, 0 for 2. Big time for Johnstone now to come through. Parrish puts down the sign. Rosema from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's a fly ball hit in the right field. That will be Mickey Stanley. Waits for it. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. Yankees get a run on a couple hits. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees 1. Tigers nothing. So not quite. Yeah, not quite. So here is Alan Trammell, followed by Whitaker and LaFleur. So bottom of the 6th here, Ron Guidry still on the mound. Will now pitch to the cornerstone of this team. Guidry to Trammell and the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball hit up the middle. Hit towards Stanley. Let's see if Stanley can come up with it to his left. Tough play for Fred. Throws. Got him. Good throw by Stanley. Here's Whitaker. He's 0 for 1. So Stanley came up, stopped, picked, and threw a dart. Now with 1 out in the 6th, Guidry with a full windup and pitch to Whitaker. And that's going to be another ground ball hit hard to the second baseman. Again, Randolph hasn't had a hiccup yet, but it's time. To his right, throws. Oh, there's the error. Another error by Randolph. Holy crap. And again, Billy Martin can't believe it. Another error by Randolph. Runner on 1st and 1 out, and here is LaFleur. So Guidry can't believe this. Runner on 1st and 1 out. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball hit in the left field. Not that deep. White will back up a step, make the catch, and Whitaker has to hold 2 outs. But it gives Steve Kemp a try. He's 0 for 1. Oh, they replace Kemp in the 6th inning for John Wockenfuss. 75 at-bats, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, hitting .320. Wockenfuss swings. Again, he prefers a pitcher like Guidry. Guidry from the stretch. Runner on 1st and 2 out. Pitch from Guidry to Wockenfuss. And Wockenfuss hit the ground ball to 3rd. Picked up by Nettles. He's got it. Goes to 1st. Got him. Sides retired. Tigers do not score in the 6th. We head to the 7th. Yankees 1. Tigers nothing. So Mickey Stanley will move to left. John Walkenfuss takes his 4 and moves to right. So he'll be there. Any other defensive changes? Nope. Dave Rozema ready to pitch the top of the 7th. Stanley, White, and Randolph. Parrish puts down the sign. Rozema with the windup. Here's the pitch to Stanley. 3-7 walked him, and the Tigers bring the tying runners on. Well, I mean, Yankees will lead off walk in the 7th. Now here is White. He's 0 for 3. Left-handed hitter, 3 home runs in the Red Sox series. Parrish puts down the target. Rozema from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a straight popped up. That will be Aurelio Rodriguez. He'll call off Tremmel and make the catch, and there's 1 away. Here's Randolph. He's 2 for 3. Rozema works from the stretch. Stanley to take a lead off first. Here's the pitch. 2-12. Line drive. Oh, does that end the inning? Randolph hit a bullet right at Tremmel, and no, not line drive max. So 2 outs, and now here's Munson, 1 for 3 with the only run scored so far. Rozema from the stretch, runner on first and 2 outs. The pitch to Munson. Munson, ground ball hit the 3rd, not hard. Picked up by Rodriguez, throws at the 1st, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Here in Detroit, 1-0 Yankees. Bottom 7, 1-0, 1-9-1 for the Yanks, 0-2-1 for the Tigers. Staub, Thompson, Rodriguez to bat for the Tigers against Guidry. Guidry looks in, gets the sign. Here's the overhead wind up to Staub. And struck him out. Big strikeout for Guidry on Staub, 1 away. Swung on and missed. And now be strikeout number 6 for Guidry. So now here is Jason Thompson, 0 for 2. Guidry looks in, the big move, and the overhead windup and the pitch, and that's gonna be a liner. Let's see, does he get the base hit? It does. Base hit, Jason Thompson. He's 1 for 3. So Thompson rips it up the middle for a base hit. 1 out in the 7th, and now here is Aurelio Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2. Guidry from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Here's the pitch. 4-6. Uh-oh. There's another one. Does it crawl through for a base hit? It's a liner. No. It's going to be a line drive from Rodriguez. Caught by Randolph for out number 2 in the 7th. And now here is Mickey Stanley. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Guidry from the stretch. Thompson with a lead off first. Chambliss is playing off him. Here's a pitch from Stanley to Stanley. Walked him. Oh my. Guidry can't believe where that one was. So Thompson the second. Stanley on at first. First and second. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now Guidry has 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. So now Lance Parrish. Tremmel, and Whitaker in the 7th. Yeah, let's look at the Yankee. Let's look at the Yankee bullpen and see if anything has improved. Gossage and Lyle are fine. Hunter, Tidrow can all pitch. Larry McCall looks like has been added to this Yankee roster. But that's somebody, they probably won't use him. But Tidrow and Lyle are both up. So we're in the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Yanks. First and second, Tigers 2 outs. Guidry from the stretch. Here is the pitch. And that's going to be it could be a catch-X for Munson. This can get by him for a pass ball or wild pitch. Does Munson make he dropped the ball. He dropped it in the field of play. Munson can't believe it. The Tigers have him loaded. Holy cow. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Tremmel. And now it gets really interesting. And Tremmel will swing away. Guidry needs to work his way out of this. From the stretch is Guidry. The pitch to Trammell. 3-7 walked him. That game is tied. And Guidry cannot believe it. He has been hosed left, right, and center. 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. Game tied at 1. Whitaker 0 for 1. Tidrow is ready if LaFleur gets up. Munson puts down the sign. Guidry from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch to Whitaker. And that's going to be a ballpark single attempt. But it's going to be a 12. It's going to be too high. Whitaker robbed by Randolph. Tigers leave the bases loaded. We're tied at 1. The Yankees 1 run, 9 hits and 2 errors. The Tigers 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. So now Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles left against Rozema. Rozema with the windup. Here's the pitch to Jackson. Jackson struck him out, 1 away. So Jackson down on strikes. 1 out in the 8th. And now here's Chambliss. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. Left-handed hitter. Rozema with the windup and pitch to Chambliss. 6-5 is going to be a line drive base hit for Chambliss. This will be base hit number 3. And it'll drop in for a single. Chambliss will stop there. So runner on first. 1 out. 1-1 tie in the 8th. And here is Nettles. 1 for 3. Rozema from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out, and the pitch to Nettles. 5-10, another ballpark single attempt. 5-10, single 1-10. It's a 1 base hit for Nettles. First and second now with 1 man out. And another hit will probably tire Rozema. And now here is Gary Thomason. He'll swing. This is where Tigers probably wanted a lefty here. 1 for 3 in the RBI. Parrish puts down the sign. Rozema from the stretch. First and second, 1 out. The pitch to Gary. 5-6 pops it straight up. Oh no. Second baseman. That's Whitaker. Calls off Trammell. 2 outs. So Jay Johnstone, the batter. We're in the 8th inning. Yankees could now pinch hit. And they're going to go Jim Spencer. So Jim Spencer will be the new pinch hitter here. First and second, 2 out. Spencer hitting .217, 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter Spencer. Rozema from the stretch in the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball hit towards first. Yankees are going to strand 2 more. Thompson gets it, goes to the bag, and the inning is over. Thompson gets to the bag and the inning is over. Yankees strand 2 more. Yankees 1 run, 11 hits and 2 errors, while the Tigers 1 run, 3 hits and 1 error. The Yankees have left on base 10, while the Tigers have left 5. Bottom of the 8th, 1-1 here. LaFleur, Walkenfuss, and Staub. And that's it. So Billy Martin says, nope, sorry, Ron, you're done. So Dick Tidrow will come in. This is where a lot of the experts would say Gossage, but I'm going with Tidrow. He's 7-1, 3.16 ERA, 79 hits over 88 innings. So Tidrow comes in, will pitch to LaFleur. Here's the windup. 4-7 base hit for LaFleur, and that's some bad news. LaFleur's speed. Oops. Let's redo that call. 1 away. So let's go ahead and redo it. Undo. Single to right field for LaFleur. So now LaFleur's on. Here is Walkenfuss. Tidrow now. Let's see if they run. LaFleur can't run. So LaFleur was trying to. Tidrow stepped off and threw over. Now Walkenfuss's turn. From the stretch and the pitch. 5-7. Ground ball hit towards second. Come on, Willie. Make this damn play. Willie Randolph again. He's now at 220. Does he make the play? No throw. It's an infield hit. Again, Willie Randolph again could not make the play. Oh my goodness. First and second, nobody out for the Tigers. And now Rusty Staub, the batter. 1 for 3 with a double. On deck is Thompson. Lyle might be ready for that one. Munson puts the sign down. Tidrow from the stretch. 2-4. Oh no. Line drive for a single. No. What a play. Defensive gem again. Staub robbed by Randolph. Just when you want to wring his neck and get him out of there, Randolph again makes a nice play. First and second, 1 out for Thompson. Thompson with Rodriguez on deck and the rest of the lefty killers. So Thompson will swing. First and second, 1 out. Thompson sets the target. Tidrow working from the stretch and the pitch. 6, base hit. That's going to be a drive down the line. That's going to be at least a double for Thompson. LaFleur scores easy. Walkenfuss will go to third. Stays put right there. Tigers lead it 2-1. And now here's Aurelio Rodriguez. Second and third, 1 out. Yankees have to keep it here. Tidrow from the stretch and the pitch. 4-3, fly ball right field. Oh no, first time of the day. A ball's hit at Jackson. Jackson comes up with it. Does he make the nice play? He does, but the run scores. So sacrifice fly on Jackson. 3-1 Tigers in the 8th, and here's Mickey Stanley. Stanley 1 for 2 with a walk. Tidrow from the stretch and the pitch. 1-4, ground ball to third. That should do it. Hits at Nettles, throws him out. Tigers score 2 in the 8th. It's 3-1 Tigers going to the top of the 9th inning. So the Yankees will do something here. Stanley, White, and Randolph against Dave Rozema. So Stanley will swing. He's 2 for 2 and a walk. Rozema with a full windup and the pitch. Struck him out, 1 away. Strikeout for Rozema, 1 out in the 9th. And here is Roy White, 0 for 4. Rozema at the windup and deals. 2-6, a walk. They bring the tying runner in. So tying runner's on base with 1 out, and it becomes Willie Randolph, 2 for 4. Willie needs an absolute huge hit right now. Runner on first. 1 out. Rozema from the stretch. Willie. Here's the pitch to Willie. 6-7's a walk. Yankees will now bring the tying runners to the plate. And a chance for the Yankees to get the big hit. And Rozema's tired. So the Tigers will probably go to their bullpen for Munson. And they will go with John Hiller. So John Hiller comes in 5-1, 5 saves. 1.82 ERA. Munson the hit. John Hiller from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 6-3, fly ball hit in the right field. Fly ball to right. Oh, that's going to be Walkenfuss. Does he come up with it? He makes the catch. Oh, no. Unbelievable. He's on his horse. He makes the catch. And while he was running hard, he's trying to get back the throw. He's out. He got turned into a double play. 9-4 double play ends the game. And boy, does that tell the Yankee game in a season. They'll go to 36-31 and go 10.5 back. And that was an absolute crushing way to lose the game on an ending double play from the outfield. Must have been a rare play. Holy cow. Let's go ahead and see what they say about that game. Let's go ahead and save it. Give me 1 second, just saving everything, and then I'll give you the stats of this game. My goodness. I've never seen an ending like that either, folks, and we just saw another crazy ending. To the Tigers, 3-6-1. Yankees won 11-2. Yankees are running the sixth. Tigers are running the eighth. One in the sixth. Then the Tigers had one in the seventh, two in the eighth. 3-6-1 for the Tigers. 1-11-2 for the Yankees. Tidrow gets the loss. He's now 7-2. 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. It is Rosamond with the win. His ERA goes down to 1.91. Hiller got his 6th save of the year. Let's see what else happened. Double plays. Tigers hit into 3 double plays. Yankees turned 1. Errors, Randolph, Munson, and Whitaker. Doubles by Staub and Thompson. RBIs by Thompson, Rodriguez, and Tremel. RBIs did RBIs. And then it'd be caught stealing by Kemp. Sacrifice plays Aurelio Rodriguez, the big hitters of the ball game. Chambliss 3 for 4, Nettles 2 for 4, Stanley 2 for 3, and Randolph 2 for 4. For the Tigers, Jason Thompson 2 for 4, runs scored, and an RBI. That is your big hitters for the Tigers on this day. Yankees will drop another half game back. Red Sox were off on this day. And wow, what an ending. Let's go give you the finale here. Let's go to the 78th season. Whoops. Let's find it real quick. Sorry about this, folks. Give me a second. All right, let's see. All right, let's bring in the league stats. The Yankees are now 10.5 back. Red Sox did not play. They'll play Baltimore over the weekend while the Yankees finish this one with the Tigers. Kansas City's now 4 up on California. Philadelphia now a half game on Montreal, 2.5 Pittsburgh, 7.5 on the Mets. Dodgers are 5 ahead of the Padres and 7.5 on the Giants. So what a win for the Tigers. They get a huge win. They win this Thursday night game. Will now go to Friday night. And again, the Yankees and Tigers and the Orioles will now start their series with the Bo Sox. So I hope everyone had a good time. Again, let me and bonus plug, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern, it will be box scores from the basement, and it will be Mark Unger along with his special guest, John Turnbull, Mike Canisteri, and of course Pesky Pole. They'll all be in studio, and they'll all be interviewing a very important gentleman in baseball history, Tim Kirchin. So watch that interview, folks. That's going to be incredible. That's going to be on box scores from the basement. Just our little YouTube family getting Tim Kirchin as a guest as Mark Unger is working on this fantastic documentary on the Sims of our community. So thank you, folks. Again, good night. If I come back later on, Yankees could play the Tigers in 1990, or we can play June 23rd, 1978, and that will also be the Yankees and Tigers. Unless I decide to do something totally different. Well, folks, have a good rest of your night. Hope you do what you're doing. Enjoy. Please like, please subscribe. Please do what you have to do. Have a good night. We'll see you then, and have a great rest of your evening.